and the flames went higher, and it burns, 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 the ring of fire, the ring of fire.
Joining me now is Darin Degenstein. He's Director of Marketing for the Regina Ringette Association, a sport that I've been kind of out of touch. My girls chose not to play ringette, surprisingly. They're more volleyball and basketball. But I'm really surprised how this sport has not only grown, but how it's adapted with the rules, and it's a faster game. And here, if you've not yet really caught up on ringette and you have some young girls in your household who are wanting to play, listen to this here. Darin, thanks for being here. The 35th Queen City Classic Ringette Tournament is on. And just a quick update, man, this tourney, it is going to be a big draw, isn't it, Darin?
We have 41 teams competing this weekend in our 35th annual Queen City Classic.
All of the Cooperator Center are scattered around the city?
It's all at the Cooperator Center. About half of those teams are from out of town, actually. So we got teams from Alberta, Manitoba, across Saskatchewan that are converging here. So having it at one central location is a bit of a draw for our tournament.
With that many teams, this has got to be a pretty good economic lift for the city, too. I imagine a lot of hotel rooms are jammed, that everyone's got to eat and shop a little, right?
Exactly. This is one of 3 tournaments we host, actually. This tournament alone is probably well over $200,000 worth of economic impact. But all in all, with all the tournaments we host and provincials and things like that we host, well over $1 million of economic impact every year with Regina Ringette.
That's just great. How is Regina Ringette growing?
Well, actually, we've set records back to back in the last 3 years. Ringette's been in Regina for over 50 years. There's always been, since the last 50 years, more girls in the city of Regina are actually registered with Ringette Regina than with Hockey Regina. It's a very popular, although probably grossly undersold sport, but it's fantastic. It plays an important role in the childhood development, being a female-dominated sport. 30,000 Canadians play it across the country, and it's played around the world. In fact, there's a team that I'm a part of that'll be going to Europe to play in Finland's Lions Cup this July.
That's just awesome that the sport has grown so much.
You could still get in on it if you really wanted to. We do have free Learn to Play Ringette, like a Learn to Ringette night at Wascana Rink on February 6th from 6 to 8 o'clock. Members of our National Ringette League Saskatchewan Heat will be there, which is awesome, but that's a great way to just kind of open to the public, just coming out and you can give it a try.
Darin Degenstein from Regina Ringette Association, my guest. Tell me a little about the game itself. If you look at the game from, say, what it was maybe 10, 15 years ago to the advances or changes it's made now, what kind of differences might someone notice?
I think in the old days, Ringette had this kind of weird rule where only certain players were allowed to be across the blue line. And they had colored sticks, things like that. That's all in the past. So now, Ringette's a very fast game. The ice time is fairly short, which keeps it lower cost. Like they want an hour to get a game in. There's a shot clock, kind of like with basketball, a 30-second shot clock that keeps that ring just moving along. There's no offside, so it's a lot of passing, and you have to pass it across the blue line. It's a different style of game. There's no intentional contact, so very fast-paced. And some Ringette players, Chandler Stevenson, I like to say, who won the Stanley Cup with the Vegas Golden Knights a couple of years ago, started his ice career as a Ringette player in Saskatoon. So it's a great way to develop skating agility.
Awesome. Well, I'm so happy that it's thriving as it is. ReginaRingette.com has a lot of information. Queen City Classic on, filling up our hotels and restaurants with so many guests from out of province. Anyone the favorite in this tournament?
Well, it depends on the division, I suppose. And we have the young division, which we call Fundamentals 3. That's under 10, the U12 division, the U19 AA and U19A. The U19 AA division includes the University of Regina Ringette team, who are back-to-back Tier 2 national champions. So that'll be an interesting division to watch. And then we have our U16 mixed division, which includes that Regina Prairie Fire European travel team in that one. So that'll be a challenging division as well.
Excellent. Darin, thanks so much for the update. Really enjoyed this.
Thanks for having me. And just a quick shout-out, too, if anybody's interested in watching some Ringette, Regina is hosting the National Ringette League in a hub weekend on February 15th to 16th. And that'll include our Saskatchewan Heat, the BC Thunder, the Manitoba Herd, and the Calgary Raft. All games are at the Co-op Center on the Saturday and Sunday, the 15th and 16th. I'd love to have folks come out and give it a watch and really experience how great a sport it is.
Keep growing the sport, my friend. I appreciate that.
Awesome.
Hey, last night, that big Fire Aid concert supporting those who lost everything in